Is it ego or is it confidence? Let's talk about it. Oftentimes, when people can't seem to understand where someone else is coming from, a lot of times they'll label that person as egotistical instead of seeing their confidence or a know it all. And a lot of times, what I like to do is look at that person, like really look at them and see if it is on some egotistical type stuff, or does that person really know their stuff? There is a complete difference when, for example, take some of your favorites. They don't necessarily have to be celebs or whatever. Since so many people are obsessed with celebrities, take your favorite celeb for instance. Um, One male that comes to mind, I will not say this person's name because I'm not like a huge fan of this person because they have really said some ignorant stuff out of ego. However, this person has been through a lot of traumatic, tumultuous things, like during his career, right? And to me, I feel like in moments where everybody around him tried to tear him down, that's where his level of confidence kicked in and allowed him to rebuild himself in a number of ways, right? So that's how I look at it. Now, when it comes to the ego, some some of them things do not make sense, like at all, and you can tell because it's a different type of energy. Lately, I will say a lot of people say things just to have a label, like a negative connotation when it comes to the word ego. Ego is not a bad thing. And like for a couple of years, it was all like, oh, some people need to have a ego death, da da da. It depends. It depends because sometimes the ego can get you out of situations that sometimes even like your what's the other word I'm looking for? Like confidence can take you further than your ego can. I will say that. But there is just some things that the ego it can just like hype you up in so many ways that sometimes it can meet your confidence at a different level. If y'all understand what I'm saying, like this is the only way that I can express it. The ego is not always a bad thing, is what I'm saying. Depending on where it's coming from, because sometimes people's egos